now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone back to an episode of CSGO, or now CS2 News. This is the series where I show and tell you what's been going on in the CS community this past week. That of course can have anything to do with the CS Pro scene. Let's just say a player leaves and then joins a new team, roster mania occurs. We'll be sure to let you know first if anything's changed. We also talk about the CS investing scene. We'll let you know if any pump and dumps happened, if an item goes up out of nowhere or drops completely, we'll find out why, and lastly, all and everything update related, if that's for the community or both games themselves. As it goes for this week, we're pretty much going to be touching all categories, as well as an update for myself at the very end in regards to the 20k giveaway and Mando Monday. Now today's video sponsor is Skinswap. Skinswap is a premier trading / buying and selling marketplace for your CSGO and Rust items. They have a trading feature with great rates and a variety of different skins. If you decide to deposit, you get an extra 40% top-up bonus. You can also sell your skins for straight cash with multiple different cash out options of your choice. If you sign up today using the link in the description, you get a free case to open with a shot at winning 150 bucks. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Now, firstly, for today's video, I want to talk about the CS Pro scene. This is in regards to Counter-Strike 2 and 2024 Majors. Now, according to an HLTV article that came out yesterday, sources say that Valve targets Shanghai for the second 2024 Major. So if you guys don't know, the first one is in March in Copenhagen, which is pretty awesome. This was also announced a little before, I believe after Rio was finished. And the fact that they're already planning a second Major, one that's really good that we're getting to, is well, Valve is prepared for the release of Counter-Strike 2, and they're having probably decent expectations. As well as a second article was just published, Valve is apparently open to proposals for CS2 Majors in 2025, 2026. Major dates moved to the end of the season. Long story short, what this means is tournament organizers such as PGL, FACEIT, whoever you can really think of, are all going to butt heads and pretty much have a bidding war to see who gets the next Major. My bets might just be PGL. Well, if we get them again, who really knows what the stickers are going to look like in the future. Next up for today's video, I want to talk everything update related. That's with the investing space, the community, but also Counter-Strike 2. Paris capsules have just hit an all-time high once again, at least as it goes as the past couple of days for your return while opening these things. Now this has been pretty crazy. The ROI is going down steadily every day, but these stickers are in demand, it seems to be more than any other major that at least I can remember. We're in a 75% off sale, and we're seeing the mouse hollow go to $25. That's pretty unheard of. That means people are buying these things, investing in them, crafting with them, and applying these things, which is great, but also has a lot of people nervous because you also have to consider the end date for these things, and it's really just nowhere in sight. This has also been encouraging Gambo along the community, which that's a huge argument itself. Gambo on a third-party site versus opening cases. I've had some controversial tweets on it, I suppose, if that's what you want to call it. They're two completely different things in my eyes. As it goes for an investment right now, I would still hold off until we get some sort of removal release date and some sort of blog post as we've had in Antwerp, Rio, and most likely every major going forward. Now next up, I want to talk about the player count and how it's crashing the market. At least that's what Twitter's saying and some people in the community. First off, let's talk about the market. Both right now play a huge factor with each other. The market is still down, but not compared to where we were 1 to 2 years ago. XMercy CS, a Twitter content creator in the CS community that I highly suggest you go follow for detailed posts pretty much every week, had a post with some pretty good points. People now know skins have gone to the moon, but Counter-Strike 2's release is no longer in sight, at least anytime soon. We can always speculate, we can always think, we just don't know until it happens. There's also no new players, just older players trying to buy up these overpriced skins, and people know they're overpriced as well. Now the player count has been down the past couple of months, but not by too much. People have asked why, let's get into it. First off, the obvious. No one can play Counter-Strike 2 besides the people that have been selected, and they're a very small minority. I think 5% of the community at most can play this right now, and that's not very much. There's also no new content for CSGO, cases, capsules, or operations, and I don't think we'll see anything anytime soon, maybe perhaps besides a case, at least some sort of release as such, quite possibly until 2 months after CS2's release, as the devs right now are currently busy with the new cash cow, and they've now made Counter-Strike 2 their main priority. Now just a little over a week ago, Counter-Strike 2 had its first update in a very long time, and that's when it comes to rotating maps. Now if you compare it to the Dust 2 days of the limited test build, it's not very long at all. This is actually the shortest time yet. In the past few weeks, Valve have added the Zeus workshop submissions, an inspect feature for nades, 2 maps in and out, that being Nuke and Office. Now we've added Vertigo and Overpass, and on the side of that with Twitter, their blog posts every week and communicating with people on the internet, it's great to see compared to where we were just a few months ago. This is good and tells us we're on track, rather than going back to the earlier days of Dust 2 and spending 3 months on one map, whereas to now we're spending 2 to 3 weeks on 2 maps. So Counter-Strike 2's release in the next few weeks, possibly 2 months, is very likely. Now following that most recent update, we got 2 more maps, but we've had a lot of bug fixes as it goes for skins, gloves, and stickers. Investing into things that look better and different in CS2 is not always the brightest idea, and while this is proof, as we've been wrong time and time again. Not to say it's not quick profit, you just have to be aware of what can happen. You look at the Opsun and Leo, you look at some stickers from Krakow 2017, Katowice 2015, heck even RMR. These stickers' holo effects looked amazing, the next couple of days they got nerfed, and then in 2 months they might be buffed again. You just never really know, and we're playing with something we just don't know how to control yet, and what Valve will do at the end of the day. And lastly for today's video, I want to talk Bandwave news. As everyone knows, and they've been following the role drama, I've been following it pretty heavily, updating you guys with at least one video a week it seems to be. More players have been banned, but also some new developments have arose. Some specific players, Gamba resellers, have apparently been unbanned, and apparently from people talking in the community, this was because of a false report bot, and that's something we discussed very earlier on. Based off how many people got banned in that very short amount of time, it was pretty likely that a bot did that. But the fact that Valve knew what was going on, they still know right now, and haven't said anything is pretty insane. So I would expect something in the next couple of weeks to happen. Now, if you made it this far, thank you. I want to give you guys an update with myself. One, if you guys have questions for Mando Monday, leave them down below. I'm going to be doing that as soon as I possibly can. We're giving away a bunch of skins, still for the most recent Mando Monday. So if you haven't checked that out, I suggest you do. We'll be drawing all the giveaways in that video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.